Hi all, Loz D, Punch Out TV. How are you all doing on this Thursday evening? Hope you're all good. Right, let's get into it quickly. I don't want to bore you with all the records and what they need to do and all that shite. So I'm going to get straight into it. Dmitrii Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev, or Artur Beterbiev, however you want to say it. Top of the bill for Saturday night's fight on this fantastic card. I want to just quickly talk about the first fight back in October. When I first watched it with my son, I had it Bivol winning the fight, and I think a lot of people did and probably still do. But the next day, excuse me, once I dropped my son off, I went back and I watched the fight on my own. I turned the commentary off, well, turned it down, and watched the fight. And I come to the conclusion that Artur Beterbiev won that fight. Now I found my old scorecard, and when I wrote it down, when I scored the fight, and I give it, excuse me, I gave it Bivol's rounds 1, 2, 3. I gave Beterbiev 4, 5 and 6 and 7. I gave Bivol rounds 8 and 9. I gave Artur Beterbiev round 10. So at the end of round 10, I had it all square, 5 rounds apiece. Now for me, round 11 and round 12, I gave to Beterbiev because I believed he was the busier fighter. He was pushing more. He was just pushing more, throwing more punches. Bivol was having little pocket bursts of success, throwing a few little combos and then getting on his bike. But for me, if I was the judge, I would score off aggression and punches landed. And for me, now I don't know what the stats were on CompuBox or whatever, but for me, this is just me, I gave the last 2 rounds to Artur Beterbiev. So I scored it 115, 113, exactly the same as the judge gave it. One of the judges scored it 113, 115 in favour of Artur Beterbiev. Now I know Eddie Hill's come out with it's a robbery, daylight robbery. I've watched that fight at least 3 times, definitely 3 times, and the first time, like I say, I gave it to Bivol. The second time and the third time I've watched it back, I give it to Artur Beterbiev. Now I actually wanted Bivol to win that fight. Not that I don't like Beterbiev, I like both of them, but I just wanted Bivol to win that fight because I've not seen a lot of Bivol. I have seen a lot of his fights, but up until the Canelo fight, I hadn't seen any of his fights. And I'd seen the little snippets of him and I thought he was overrated. But I remember the day before the Canelo fight, I watched a load of his old fights and I thought, wow, what have I been missing out on, man? This kid can fight. So I wanted Bivol to win that fight, but I predicted Beterbiev to win on points. So I got it bang on. And not trying to brag or anything, I'm just saying I got it bang on. How do I see this fight going? I've been watching a few channels and I've watched a couple of interviews. I watched an interesting interview with Dmitrii Bivol yesterday with Sky Sports News, and they were asking him, like, what do you need to do to win this fight with it being such a close fight the first time? He didn't really let much go, but one thing what stuck out to me was he said, maybe throw more hurtful punches. And I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to catch the judge's eyes, because I found in that first fight, he was aggressive in the early rounds, and then he sort of took his foot off, and then he come back a bit towards the mid to late rounds, and then he took his foot off the gas again. Whereas I just thought Beterbiev was just, because he's a come forward fighter, well they both are, but Beterbiev is a relentless pressure fighter. Just puts you under pressure, as we all know, throwing his bombs. Even his jab and that can hurt you, but he's relentlessly throwing a lot of punches. And I think Bivol needs to make him maybe miss or work more. I don't know. But for me, I would say Bivol needs to throw, he does need to throw more hurtful punches, and he needs to throw more punches. I do like Bivol how he jumps in and out. He throws a combination and he gets out of there, He has to he makes his fighter, his opponent, reset all the time. And I do like that about him, because he's constantly moving. But how do I see this fight going? How do I predict it? I pretty much predict it's going to be the same outcome. I'm predicting Beterbiev to win again on points. Now, I was listening to a channel the other day. They were saying, "Oh well, can Beterbiev keep it up this time?" He's getting older and stuff like that. Trust me, every time I've gone against Beterbiev, like I did against Joe Smith, and I did against someone else, might have been Marcus Brown. Yeah, it was Sir Marcus Brown. I picked Marcus Brown to beat him, and I picked Joe Smith to win as well, because I thought he obviously is getting old. Not getting old, but 40 odd years old, and keeping his body at that weight is unbelievable. But don't ever bet against Beterbiev. He just comes out flying out the blocks. Like I say, he blew Joe Smith out of the water, and he had Marcus Brown virtually crying in that fight. He just beat him down. And I was very impressed years ago when he beat Volstick. I predicted Beterbiev to beat Gavolstik. Was it 2018, 2017? Can't remember, but it was a long time ago. But predicted that. Beterbiev, the pair of them are just superb athletes. Two of the best, up there in the top 10 best fighters in the world. I just, for the rounds rounds 11 and 12, there was, and even 10, there was slight signs of Beterbiev was hurting Bivol a lot. Not wobbling him or anything, but you could tell Bivol didn't want to stick around too long to engage with him. And I just think, like someone was saying, like the other day, Beterbiev, can he keep this pace up at the age he is? And I think he can. I mean, at some time, Father Time's going to come knocking on the door. Of course it is. But I think he can. And with him, this is his quickest fight he's had, like after another fight that he's ever had in his career. He normally has a year off or 9 months off. I know his last few opponents, he's picked up injuries whilst he's been training, but to be coming straight back from October to now, like I say, the guy devotes himself to boxing, so I think he can. I'm gonna pick, because I'm waffling on again now. I'm gonna pick the same outcome. Beterbiev to win on points. I think it'll be a close fight again, but I think, who's to say that Beterbiev won't start and throw more hurtful punches? When Beterbiev gets interviewed, he doesn't really give anything away. His famous word is, "I'll see, we'll see," when he's asked questions. But for me, it was one of the best fights of the year. That was last year, up there with Fraser Clark and Fabio Wardley 1. I thought that was a great fight. They were probably my 2 favourite fights of last year, but it might not be to the casuals, but to us hardcores, that was a great fight. Technically, it's a great fight. It's great that they've got it on again so quick. I mean, if Bivol wins, will we see a trilogy? I think we will. Can Bivol win? Yeah, of course he can. But I just don't think he's got enough to beat Beterbiev. So let me know what you think. Peace out. And maybe go live tomorrow if I've got time. Because if not, I'm going to do a video about my predicaments for all of these fights. But peace out. Let me know who you think will win. Yeah, and please smash the like button. Thank you. Bye.